The I was with my son, who's 21 years old, and so he's part of that generation. And in fact, he's way part of that generation. And he is. We went up to the Sierras, right, eastern side, and went up 14,000 feet. And he looked up into the night sky, and he, for the first time on his back, noticed the cosmos, the stars dancing, which is really extraordinary because, not often you get to see the Milky Way in such clarity with all that movement. We walked down the next morning, and he experienced the wind in the grasses coming through his toes, So something happened for him, and he kept saying, Dad, it's religious, And I was very touched.
But on a more sort of scientific point of view, I have become persuaded that the physical world grows out of consciousness, that consciousness is primary and physical world is secondary to that. So as far as where is soul in the world, well, soul is everywhere in the world because everything is manifestation of consciousness or soul. So it seems to me that it's then up to us to look for it. So it sounds like with that experience that his son found it or realized where it was. And I think with all of us, with our day-to-day interactions with people, if we can kind of appreciate that there is this element of soul in all of us, and sort of try to find that even if we're having difficulties with people, but try to see beyond that and see that sort of at the root of all of us and all of this is consciousness or soul.
Both ancestrally, we are displaced people, all of us, and then spiritually, of course, coming into the kind of porousness and presence that has the ability to perceive that soul, and it's everywhere. Nature is constantly talking to us, and I think we just have to, slow down as your son did, and hear it.
Well, since I have the microphone, Gary, your crop circle presentation was very nice. Enjoyed it immensely.
Yes.
And talking with friends afterwards, we all kind of had this one, we noticed one aspect of what you were saying, and that was you didn't really tell us where the crop circles were coming from. I'm not here to put you on the spot, but here's what we noticed. In referring to what made crop circles, you kept saying they.
Oh, okay, so I'll give you a little bit more of an answer. You're still not going to be satisfied. I'll give you a little bit more of an answer. I think it's important to recognize that there's an other. That's my answer, response to it. First of all, I don't know. I do know that the symbol of grain has to do with the archetypal feminine and the loss of the miracle of life in our culture, and that we need to return to that. So I don't know what's making crop circles, so I could speculate on it. I do use the term they because I feel that it's an other. As a Jungian, talking about crop circles, sometimes people say, well, is it the collective unconscious that's making them? I don't really feel that that's the answer, but that's my personal answer to that. I feel like there's an other and that we are in a time of discovering some others, and then it would be really healthy for us to discover some others because we're so high on ourselves.